Welcome everyone to our forum dedicated to discussing the contentious issue of whether human cloning should be permitted. To my right, I have Mr. Muhammad Irfan Ibrahim from Harvard University, and to my left, I have Muhammad Irfan Danish bin Ismail from Oxford University. We encourage our participants to engage in constructive dialogues, presenting their perspective with reasoned argument and evidence. Let's maintain a respectful atmosphere, fostering an exchange of ideas while acknowledging the diverse viewpoint on this complex ethical and scientific topic. Your thoughtful contributions are key to enriching our understanding of this important issue. Thank you for joining us in this discussion. Now, we can start by Mr. Irfan Danish.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Alright. In terms of human cloning, I think we shouldn't allow it. This is because human cloning brings a lot of issues to the table, one of which is the lack of DNA diversity. Recently, there has been an experiment done by an amazing group of scientists that tried to clone and succeeded in cloning a sheep, but it took them 277 tries. However, the sheep died at the age of 6 from a rare lung disease, and its lifespan is less than half its usual lifespan. Now, the issue with animal and plant cloning gives us a fair idea of the downsides of creating human clones. The first, of course, is it takes away genetic diversity, which could make a child more susceptible to a range of issues. This includes cancer, genetic malfunction, and, as mentioned, shortened lifespan. Although cloning can be used to treat genetic disorders, it can end up perpetuating them as well. So, multiple copies of a person with genetic issues could even lead to a complete extinction of a species.
So you say that human cloning could take away someone's genetics diversity and could lead extinction to a species, yes?
Yes.
Now, Mr. Irfan Ibrahim, please give your insight in this matter.
Thank you, Mr. Martha. Now, first and foremost, I agree with what Mr. Irfan Danish just said, that the downside of human cloning is that it could lead to a lack of DNA diversity and also leading to a complete extinction of a species. But the problem that we encounter here is what happened when the problem that we encounter here is that the researchers that was cloning the sheep was doing it for the first time, and it took them 277 tries. Now, I am sure if we give them more time to experiments and to research in this topic, I am sure in 100 years or maybe earlier than that, we can create a perfect human clone that won't have this issue like cancer or genetic malfunction or something like that. Also, we can also create a controlled human cloning or a limited human cloning that could counter the problem with complete extinction of a species. Now, if we look at the right side of the human cloning can help us with one of the world's current issue, which is the shortage of organ donors. human cloning can create organs that could human cloning can create organs for transplant for people that is currently having issues such as cancer or even accidents that make them destroy their organs.
So we need to make human cloning for creating organ and for transplant purposes. Continuing this topic, Irfan Danish, please provide us with some information that you have in mind.
Although I don't deny Mr. Irfan's point that we could use clones as a substitute for our organs, I think that itself, the action itself, would breach the very foundation of human rights. Although they are clones, they are still considered human and person, and that puts them under the protection of human rights. Any human should not be susceptible to involuntary actions. They need to be. We need consent from said donor, and if we were to simply produce a clone for a person and use the clone's organs to replace a part like a car, that would put the clone at a bad situation. Also, it puts the issue of premature aging to the table. If we were to produce a clone for organ transplant, we would need to clone that person early at the age required, because organs have specific sizes that need to fit the person needing the organ. Every human has a substance called telomere that protects their DNA, and every time the cell divides, these telomeres become shorter and shorter, eventually reaching a point where the cells stop regenerating. Thus, if an adult's stem cells are used in the cloning process, and then the resulting clone might age quickly. So, if we were to clone a 35-year-old lung cancer patient, the clone would have healthy lungs. However, the clone would develop at a faster rate than it should. That is wrong. That is wrong. Of course, we cannot gloss over the ethical implications of creating life through cloning. Artificially creating life and destroying it after its role is objectionable to some. And I agree to this statement. That, as well as the health risk of cloning, which is why 46 countries across the world, including big countries such as Japan, South Korea, France, and Germany, have banned reproductive cloning. There has also been laws placed against human cloning, which has been agreed on and used by more than 100 countries worldwide.
Based on what Mr. Irfan Danish just said, we should not breach the threshold of human moralities and ethical values. Take the point of the forum. Please proceed, Mr. Irfan Danish.
Alright. First and foremost, I must say that I agree with what Mr. Ivan Danish just said. The major concern of human cloning is the risk of premature aging. That is, if we take the DNA of an adult human, this will be the problem in the human cloning industry. But this can easily be countered by if we take the DNA from, for example, a fetus or a child, then I'm sure that the results in the cloning will be different, but the result still remains to be seen. Other than that, about the ethical implication, I also agree with that, because as a human myself, I'm sure that I also feel it is very unethical for us to be objectifying a clone. But if we go past all of that, we can also reap benefits from human cloning in terms of social benefits. One of the benefits will be duplication of individuals' great talents, genius, characters, or other exemplary qualities. For example, we can even clone great people such as Leonardo da Vinci, maybe, or even Einstein. With Einstein being cloned or being over here, being brought back alive, I am very sure that we can even make a breakthrough in scientific development, with great people like him assisting us again with even better equipment than when he was even alive. Other than that, cloning a human cloning we can even clone people that have a special meaning to someone, such as a mother who just lost the child. We can perhaps help the mother reduce the stress or even reduce sadness or trauma and stuff like that by cloning that child again and bringing him back to life. Of course, the child will be completely different from the original, but I feel like it is better to have companion, a dear companion for the mother, rather than letting her be alone at that time. I think that's all. Do you have anything to say?
Yes, actually. Regarding your point where you said, that cloning scientific figures or famous figures put up with social interactions, I think there would be more implications to that, and we also need to ask whether the person would want to be cloned and would want to live in today's age, day and age. For example, if the person is new to the concept of cloning and they don't agree with it, cloning someone against their will would be considered as crime in some eyes, as it's doing something against someone without someone's consent. Again, breaching human rights. And also regarding your point about cloning loved ones, I don't think that would be a great benefit to cloning, as cloning someone back to life, as you said, as you put it, makes the experience invalid. It's as if the mother, which you put in the situation where she lost her child, it's as if the trauma she faced losing her child, maybe in a car accident or a disease, losing her child, going through trauma and depression. It's as if nothing that matters. None of that matters. It's just like the child was gone for a day or two, and when the clone is successfully produced, you have your child back. That also applies to my previous point, which I said that the clone would still be a new person. The clone would be that mother's child, but it's still another person. It's not the same. The clone would not be the same child that died. That's all I have regarding your view.
Thank you all for your thoughtful contribution and respectful participation in exploring the complexities of human cloning. Your insight have been contributed to a richer understanding of this significant ethical debate. Thank you.
Boleh lah tu.
Ya, boleh lah nak rekod betul. Cuma kena buang